Hello and welcome to the Team Bus. This is the Side Piece podcast to the Beyond the Slipstream main show. I'm Matt Harper. I'm here with my brother Justin, and we are going to first jump into stage 10 of the Tour de France. We did not have time to hit it on the main show, but we wanted to give it its due. So we're starting with stage 10 because it was awesome. Now, first of all, I want to mention um, this was a rare occurrence, the Monday Tour de France stage, because the second Monday Tour de France stage, because the only time that the UCI sanctions a bike race, a bike stage race, to go for 10 straight stages is this one and only occasion, which is when Bastille Day falls on a Monday, because it is very important for there to be a Tour de France stage on Bastille Day. So if it falls on a Monday, if Bastille Day falls on the second Monday of the Tour de France, we're racing that day, and the rest day is going to be on Tuesday. So we got 10 stages in a row, which is an awful lot. And
Yes, it is.
but it was well worth it because
Dude, we got fireworks on Bastille Day.
we got ourselves a stage on stage 10. Absolute fireworks. Incredible breakaway group, hitters galore. Ben Healy, Quinn Simmons, Nilson Powless, Victor Campenarts, Lenny Martinez, Timon Arnsman, Michael Woods, Simon Yates, like just hitters up and down the board.
All right. Oh, you missed one name that I have to mention real quick before we get into the racing.
Go.
You missed Roman Bardet. Oh wait, what? What? Roman Bardet? How about Roman Bardet was on the side of the road acting as a soigneur?
I did not see that. What?
Yes, I have a picture. Hold on, I'll
God.
send it to you.
Oh
I'll
my
send it
God.
to you
Oh
right
my
now.
God. I'm going to be sending you a picture here as well.
Hold on, I'll send it to you right this second. I tried to put it in the notes and I couldn't do it, but here I'll send it to you right now. I didn't want to
I
send
love that. That's glorious.
it out there for his former team.
DSM, of
Yep.
course. Oh, look at him. What a prince.
How
What
great
a
is that?
prince.
All
Oh
right, all
man.
right, all right, all right.
I'm going to be sending you something too that you're going to just freaking love. Oh my God. All right.
Yeah, huge amount of people in this brand. I mean, there's like so many fucking riders. I think there was
Ben
three
O'Connor
EF
was in
riders,
there.
right? And Palace was
Blackmore
up
was in
there.
there.
Yeah,
Johannesson, Storer.
Palace was up there. Everybody was.
Yeah, and then Healy breaks out, splits the group down to just himself, O'Connor, Simon Yates, Quinn Simmons, Johannes Ben Store. Ironsman gets back in with them. Quinn hits out with 27K to go.
Oh, I thought that was
Our hopes
the
get up.
move. Oh
No,
God.
not even close. 14Ks to go. Quinn is like out the back. The group's down to 5 with Healy, Storer, Arnsman, O'Connor, and Simon Yates. Super exciting finish. It comes down to O'Connor versus Simon Yates for the win, and like Simon Yates, man.
Dude, shades of the Giro. He
Yeah,
just comes out of
shades of
nowhere and just like,
ELB. You know
boop,
what I
I'm
mean?
out of here.
Same day.
See ya.
Same day. No, the next day he just like takes a page out of the ELB book, takes a page out of his own book, just like gets it done, gets the stage win for Visma Lisa bike. So now it's kind of like, if Jonas ends up in second again, like, at least they got a stage win. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like Simon Yates has been like such a good fucking pickup for that team.
Dude, Mateo was putting the screws into UAE. And I mean, this is the thing where I said earlier that, I feel like the Visma's got the edge team wise. But dude, Mateo is putting the screws into Pog in the stage, and it's
Yes,
not even phasing him, dude. It's
yes,
like it doesn't even do its thing.
but it's only week one. Like I love seeing I like seeing how this team is operating in this race. They're doing what they need to do. I mean, in this stage, Pog was isolated for large periods of the end of this day. How many times did we see Jorgensen in front, Vingegaard behind, Pog in the middle, just locked in, isolated. Almeida's gone. Sivakov is not on form. Adam Yates, pretty so. Mark Soler was on the deck the day before, not really able to help. Jumbo Visma's basically trying to like 1-2 Pogacar back there in the peloton, and meanwhile, Simon Yates is up ahead winning the stage.
So
which team looks stronger?
His form's on too. So what happens if they somehow get Jorgensen? By the way, we haven't said anything about. We have literally not said a single word about Sepp Kuss. Sepp Kuss is doing, the Lord's work out there as well. Okay, he's doing turns.
He's like doing the Wellens role right now.
He's doing the Wellens role. He is throwing attacks here and there. He's doing a lot of work up front. But it's like I really have a feeling that once you get into the high mountains, you put Kuss and Jorgensen and Yates. Like, I mean, this crew could just be a wrecking ball.
Kuss, Jorgensen, Yates looks way stronger than Narvaez, Adam Yates, and I don't even know who else. Civica, Wellens. Like, when we're talking about high mountains, forget about it. So everything is set up to be really, really good in weeks 2 and 3. But we're burying the lead here. Why? Because Ben Healy goes into yellow on this stage. This is one of the things that I love about professional cycling. It's like, even on a stage where you get like a solo guy rolling across the finish line to win, there's not that like crazy high of excitement on the finish line. You still get this crazy situation sometimes where Ben Healy comes across the finish line. He digs it out, goes as fast as he can, gets across that finish line, and then boom, the little clock comes up in the top. Time behind Healy. And you're watching that clock, and like Phil and Bob are filling you in. Okay, and it's going to be 1:07 is the number for him to get there, for Healy to retain. And you're like watching it, and like suddenly this shit has become so exciting. And all it is a matter of like watching a clock.
Right.
It's not two guys. You're not watching two guys. You're watching a clock. But it's like, it's nail biting. It's crazy. So Ben Healy goes into yellow. It's just an absolute fairy tale.
Great week for EF. I just like, I mean, like, they've got a stage win and they've got the yellow jersey. Like, who would have thought, that this was in the cards for them? You know what I mean? And just, we root, hard for this American team with all these, American riders. Obviously TJ Van Garderen is, on the call at NBC, so, and he's a DS for the team. So it's I don't know, man. It's
our home team, man.
It's a really, really neat story. It's a really, really neat story. Adam Yates now has the triple. Yes.
Oh, he does?
Yes, he does.
Really?
Yes.
He had never won a Tour de France stage before?
He had not won a Tour de France stage.
Wow. All right, cool. Well, Yates joins the triple team, and you know what? Ben Healy could join that team later this year if he goes to the Vuelta.
Yes, he could. Just to kind of wrap up where everybody sits, obviously we got Ben Healy in the yellow jersey. We've got Johnny Milan.
Healy went from 10th to 1st, by the way.
Huge jump. Green jerseys, Johnny Milan. No real surprise with no Jasper Merlier. Still just looks so good. Polka dot, Lenny Martinez grabs it the other day. Like, how great is that? I love
that. Was cool seeing Lenny go out and grab all of those KOMs on Bastille Day. The same day that Lenny's father or his grandfather actually won the stage. He's one of the French winners on Bastille Day from way back.
And then obviously Ben Healy is in the white jersey. So, really great week of Tour de France action. Couple other side notes for the Tour de France that I had written down here. I'm gonna go down to my notes here. We already talked about the water bottle thing. Obviously Pogacar said that it's not the first time that an incident like this has occurred. There were allegations of sabotage after numerous punctures on the final stage, on the finale of stage 8
Yeah, didn't Merlier roll over some thumbtacks or something?
Yeah, so there's a quote here from sports director Stephen DeJong from Little Trek that said, "What frustrates me the most is that something was definitely thrown onto the road at that point. There were 4 or 5 punctures in no time. I wouldn't be surprised if it was sabotage." There's
It's
no
so
play for
annoying.
this. Yeah, so lame. There's no place for it. It's pretty, pretty,
It's just stupid. That's the world. What are you gonna do?
yeah. Um, Stage three had a number of penalties. I want to make a point of trying to like highlight when we're seeing the UCI step in and hand out some of these punishments. There were 4 yellow cards on stage three. You had Brian Cocard, Edward Toons, David Ballerini, Davide, however you say that, and Dirty Danny Van Poppel all got yellow cards. What?
I love how much you love calling him Dirty Danny. He's Dirty Danny, of course.
Dirty Danny Van Poppel.
The
Well,
fucking
hold on.
menace.
So this answers a question for us because this is his second yellow card. Okay, so it must only be the second yellow card in the race.
I
So
know. I think it's within a time frame.
maybe it's within a time frame, however it
Yeah.
is. But so now all of these riders are now in threat of having,
They're in like double jeopardy or whatever.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They get another yellow card there.
They're on the chopping block.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Johnny Milan got a obstruction to rider fine of 10 seconds and 10 points on his classification, and because I brought him up, I had to put a little Arnaud Delis note in there. He did get a fine from the UCI for urinating in public.
Oh, Arno.
So
Wow.
there you go. There you go. That is all the news that is fit to print on the Tour de France. So why don't we move on to some other topics?
All right, we got it. Let me do the let me do my first one here, cycling related, and then we're gonna take a break because of our whole like situation with
Oh,
our
okay,
platform.
gotcha.
All right, so I'm not sure if you were aware before today, but Pidcock is back on the mountain bike
This is in my notes.
in a big way, winning the Andorra event at the XCO UCI World Cup. Because did you watch it at all or?
So I didn't. I saw like highlights, but it's my understanding that like he went from like because he hasn't been riding, he had like a really bad placing as far as like the beginning of the race was concerned, and he ended up like moving up an exorbitant amount of spots over not a long amount of time, and ended up really like getting a far out win in the end. Is that correct?
I will break it down for you while you are taking a look at what I just sent you.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to take a look at what I just sent you as well because it's fucking sweet. Oh my god.
Dude, what the fuck?
With the Superman behind it, you see what I'm saying?
What?
Incredible.
Whoever did that, whoever was like, I want that
Let's
spot
put a
right there.
Superman.
That's genius.
And what's cool is like the Red Bull on his helmet, the colors are the same. Red Bull is like red, blue, and yellow, and like the Superman is like red, blue, and yellow. Anyways, yeah, he started way back, like 30th, like way back on the, because he never races mountain bike, so he's not out there like doing whatever you need to do to gain the points to get you up to the front. So he's like 30 back, and he's just like whatever. He basically like gets to the front by the third lap. It's like 8 laps. The Frenchman Luca Martin, he's the French national champion in mountain biking, is out in front, and Paycock bridges up to him by the third lap, and he sits on his wheel for about a lap and a half, and they just like blast past him on this little spot, drops him moments later, gets himself like 10 seconds in front of this dude, and then just holds it just holds it and holds it and holds it. Like no matter what, he's just 10 seconds in front of this guy for like 2.5 more laps. And then Martin uh, has a mechanical, and it's just an absolute disaster. Um, what happened? Something happened with his like rear derailleur or something, but he had to stop 3 different times before he finally got his bike like running again. The first stop was really long. In the end, he was like a full minute behind Pidcock, and now Pidcock is like out in front with like 2 laps to go and just like not even having to worry about it. Martin, to his credit, got a bunch of that time back, but that was only because Pidcock realized like I can lay off now. Like he's at a mechanical. I'm way ahead. Um, but Martin fends off the chasers, comes in second. But there were some notable stuff from this race, right? So first of all, I want to talk about the drone photography.
I'm so glad you bring this up because I want to talk about something else. Go ahead.
It's
This
incredible. Like they got these drones like back in the woods with these guys like 4 feet off their shoulder. Like you can hear the drone motor like when they switch to the drone shots like, but it is right there, right there. It's incredible. In some points, the drone is like 1 foot away from the rider, and I'm gonna make this prediction right now. Okay, you heard it here first. I would say I was going to say 5 years. I'm going to say in like 3 years, the drones are going to be made of clear plastic. Every part in the drone is either going to be clear plastic or some kind of shiny metal, so you can barely see it. They're going to be silent, and they're going to be way smaller. So that because what I was noticing is, I mean, it's great that you get to see all this incredible drone footage, but when they cut to the classic camera shot right out of the drone shot, you see the drone flying behind the guy. Like the drone is right there, in the shot. And that's kind of weird. Like it's like I kind of don't like seeing the drone in the shot, and I think they're just going to get smaller and clearer and less visible, and they're going to disappear. You're still going to have that footage, but they're almost going to be unseen.
So the thing that I want to say about the drone footage, there's 2 things I want to say about the drone footage. Why is it so much better with the mountain biking than it is with the regular cycling?
Oh, I'll tell you the answer.
Tell me.
Because mountain biking and sports like that are lower tier, so they have the ability to push the envelope in terms of new technologies and different kinds of stuff than the more traditional Tour de France top end stuff. It finds its way in the mountain biking world, and then it will be implemented in it's coming for the pro cycling world.
I just want it to be. I just want the high definition of it to be better when they use it in cycling.
It's going to be way better.
Because here's the thing: I was literally watching something tonight with my wife. It's a show that Hugh McGregor and his friend do, where they like ride motorcycles across the world, but they have a drone that they use throughout the show when they're doing certain things. It's not all the time. Most of it's just traditional camera work. The drone footage in this show is so good. It's sickening. They were doing a thing where they were swimming in this lake, and it's super high def, movie quality, crystal clear, and looks amazing. Crazy angles that you just would not expect. Like, it just boggles my mind. It's like you're telling me that if you're going to go through the trouble of putting drone footage in these things, can't you get a better camera? Like, they're obviously out there. You know what I mean? I'm telling you that this show doesn't.
Yeah, but there's other logistics that you're not thinking about. I take your point. I think
I want it in cycling better. That's my whole thing.
I've been saying for a year now that I think in a couple of years, everybody's phone is going to have like a little drone that'll like you just press something on your phone and a drone will pop off and it can start like taking selfies of you and stuff. Or if you're out doing something you can tell it to follow along with you or whatever. Like it's going to pop right off your phone, pop right back on. Anyways, a couple more comments about this race, and then we got to knock it off because we only got like 2 minutes here. The finish line. Pidcock comes across the line. He gives us some classic Tom Pidcock. Comes across the line, gets off the bike, turns the bike so you can see it in the shot, and then he gives us the wipe off.
Of course, he gives the wipe.
Gives us the wipe off of the Pinarello. Gives us a shot. Boom. He moves out of the way. 10 seconds later, here comes Martin across the line in second place. And, you know, usually like in pro cycling, like on road cycling, where the second place guy comes across, he gives a little wave sometimes or whatever, but usually it's like nothing. Mountain biking, it's a little bit different. My man comes across the line in a full wheelie. He's like rolling a wheelie in second place. I was just like, with a big smile on his face, and he's riding that Cannondale bike. Have you seen the Cannondale bikes that have the J arm on the front where it's like there's only one side to the fork?
Yes.
That bike weirds me out, man. I just watched that thing like, oh my God, it's going to fall apart. Those bikes are bizarre. And then the third place guy who was on the same team as Martin, which I don't think Martin realized his teammate was in third until like until after he had come across the line. He comes across and you see him like somebody saying something to him. He's like, oh, and he turns his attention to look back. His teammate comes across and he does some like trials bike stuff across the line. He stops at the finish line. He like whips the tail around and then pivots off the tail and whips the front end around and then whips the tail back around and then keeps going. So he does like a full like 360 right at the finish line, keeps going. Wild. And then he rides right over to Martin and they both do like a full high five. It was an incredible finish, and that's going to be an incredible finish to this segment because it's about to cut off. Well, stick around. We're going to be back for more Team Bus in just a second. All right, now we're going to get into Justin's weekly UCI point standing at the bottom of the barrel breakdown for us. What do you got?
So when last we left off, which was half a month ago, so it was the 30th of June, Intermarché was holding a 466-point lead over Astana, who was holding a 518-point lead over Picnic Post-Denel, who was holding a 406-point lead over Cofidis. And there has been some definite movement in that. Intermarché's lead is now down to 185. There is a good chance Astana is going to catch Intermarché unless Biniam, pulls out some magic somewhere.
He needs to get his shit together.
Yeah, big time. Astana increased their lead to 534 over Picnic Post-Denel, who increased their lead over Cofidis to 856. So, I mean, as it stands right now, Cofidis is just slowly slipping out of contention. And, at this point, it seems like any of these three teams, as long as they continue on the trajectory that they've had for the year, especially Astana and Picnic Post, they're going to definitely be safe from relegation at the end of the season.
Yeah, and I can't think of anybody on Cofidis that's going to be turning this train around. Mm-hmm. All right. What else?
The cannibal, Eddie Merckx, was hospitalized this week. He was admitted to a hospital in Antwerp because he needs a new hip replacement due to complications. He's already been to the hospital 2 times, he said, and now it seems that he has a bacteria on his skin and he has to take strong antibiotics for 2 weeks, and he'll be likely in the hospital that entire time. So get well soon, cannibal Eddie Merckx. We never want to hear, something like that.
The cannibal.
Yes, sir. The original cannibal. Bob Roll is taken to calling Tade the new cannibal.
He's the new cannibal, that's for sure.
Big win for Isaac Del Toro after fumbling the bag in the Giro. He takes the win of the Tour of Austria.
By the way, going back to the Eddie Merckx thing.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention 525 victories in his career.
Good God.
525 wins. things were different back
Yeah,
then.
I mean,
But
like,
like
is that even a
Pog,
possibility for
Pog just hit
Pogacar?
like 103 or something, like
102 or 101.
525. Not only did Eddie Merckx win all five monuments, he won all five monuments at least twice.
But here's the thing: he did basically 100 wins. He's 26 at this point, so it's taken him 6 years to get to 100 wins. I mean, I think that record is safe for Eddie Merckx, man. I mean, unless Proud goes on some kind of like tear on like 1 day races or something, I just don't see how it's possible.
Well, I think we would have to look closer at that number because, like, I guarantee you some of those wins are not like in races that would have been considered like a UCI sanctioned races. I'm sure that number can be whittled down to something more reasonable in terms of something that Tadej Pogacar could have a chance of chasing, but I haven't done that research.
Yeah, I
So
don't know.
I don't know. Anyways, carry on.
All right. Well, that's really it, man. We've been talking cycling for a solid 90 plus minutes. Um, you have in here the one of the things I totally forgot that I would love to talk about. So I am so glad that you put this in here. So I will let you take it away, sir.
That must be Alcaraz versus Sinner at Wimbledon, right? Is that
Yes,
it? Is
yes.
that what you
No,
were
oh,
dying
sorry.
to talk
I
about?
forgot. I forgot that you had that in there. Yeah. No. 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 Go on. Go
No,
on.
you know what? I'll keep this super quick. I have become a big fan in the time crunched world that we live in of going on YouTube and watching highlight reels because there's a couple of different YouTube channels that have really gotten it down to a science. Like, you want to see what happened in a big basketball game, you can go and find a highlight reel on YouTube that will show you that whole game and every important play in that game in 5.5 minutes. You won't see a commercial. You won't see a cut to the bench. You won't see anything except for the most important moments, which it's kind of funny. I mean, it's probably the same way with cycling. I'll sit there and watch a cycling race for 3.5 freaking hours, and when it comes right down to it, there's about like 45 seconds that are the really exciting parts. And the same thing is true with most sports. And part of the glory of the sports is putting in the time waiting to get to those moments.
Right.
But if you're trying to get in a lot of information or whatever, going to YouTube and watching those highlights is pretty great. And I used to watch a lot of tennis back in the day. I don't anymore. I don't have time. I don't have the bandwidth to watch all the tennis and the golf and the everything else and all the cycling.
I feel like it doesn't isn't it on at work and stuff? Do you not like get it? Like, is it?
Sometimes, yeah, it'll be on at work or whatever, but like, on the big Sundays on the grant, I mean, basically I have an appreciation for golf. I have an appreciation for tennis. Like, I like watching these sports. I like the way that they work, the competitiveness. There's a reason why they have become institutions in our culture, because they are inherently exciting. The way they've set them up, it's inherently exciting. I mean, I was just thinking about today with tennis, just the way the serve works in tennis. You get two serves, so on your first one, you can really go for it and try to like do the best possible serve that you can do. But the second one has got to go in. And there's just something so perfect in that. You know what I mean? It's perfect. You get two serves. The first one, you can go for it. If you miss that one, the second one better be in. Perfection. Um, but I have an appreciation of these sports, but I'm a cycling fan. That's what I'm going to that's what I'm going to log the hours on. So it's so nice that I can go on YouTube and in 9.5 minutes, I can see the entirety of the French Open final. I can see the entirety of the Wimbledon final. And if you know anything about it, if you've been following this, at the French Open like a month ago, less than a month ago, the top two guys in the world, Carlos Alcaraz and Yannick Sinner, Alcaraz from Spain, Sinner from Italy, went head to head in both the French Open on the clay courts, Roland Garros, and then Wimbledon on the grass courts in England. And they were two incredible matches. Like you watch these guys play, and especially when you're watching the highlight reels on YouTube, because you just see all of the amazing plays. These are the fittest guys on the planet. Like there's nobody more fit than a tennis player. The shit that they are just running back and forth across these courts and like just stretching out and catching these shots and still managing. Like these guys will just like kill themselves to reach a shot over here, but still have the presence of mind to like throw a little spin on it and angle it back to where the other guy's not going to be able to get it. It's really incredible. Like incredible the level that these guys play at. And what you've got here, so in tennis you've had the big three for the
Yes.
past like 10-12 years. It was
I mean,
Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic.
it is arguable to say that we just lived through the greatest period of tennis that will ever be between those guys. Federer, Nadal, Rafa, um, and Djokovic. I
Djokovic.
mean, these guys.
And simultaneously to that, let's not forget Serena Williams.
Yeah,
On
oh,
the women's
Serena
side.
Williams, and just prior to them, you come off of the Sampras era too,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, yeah.
so there I have an appreciation for tennis, but I can definitely say I'm not a fan. I can appreciate a tennis match, but it is not my cup of tea. But dude, I definitely have a lot of respect for him, and it's a very popular sport.
Well, do yourself a favor and just watch one of these like 10-minute long recaps of either the Wimbledon final or the
I'll do
Roland Garros
both.
final. Like it's you will be amazed by what these dudes are capable of. I mean, some of these shots are it's mind-boggling that they were able to return these shots. It's just incredible. And watching the decision making when it's like they got the one guy on the ropes where the guy has to really struggle to get the ball and he passes it back and now the ball's coming back and the guy receiving it is realizing, where do I need to put this shot? Where is he thinking that I'm going to put this shot, and how do I outsmart him? And these decisions are happening like in fractions of seconds, and it's fascinating, man. It's really fascinating. So check those out. The skill set is just it's mind boggling. I mean, Yannick Sinner he returned a shot between his legs. Between
That's
his legs, he
crazy.
just put the racket down between it was incredible. So all right, we're gonna get on to the to what you wanted to talk about, which is the Black Sabbath Back to the Beginning concert. So Ozzy Osbourne, legendary lead singer of Black Sabbath, solo artist. He's Ozzy Osbourne. Everybody knows it.
Yeah,
Groundbreaking reality television star. Ozzy Osbourne. He has Parkinson's disease. He's got advanced Parkinson's disease.
yeah. He's basically been out of the spotlight for 6 years.
Yeah, he can't walk. Um, and I love that he did this. He decided to go out in style instead of just like sort of wobbling out and then just like having a weird random happenstance end his career or whatever. He's like, nope, this is it. I'm gonna get the original band back together for one last time. All four members of Black Sabbath are still alive. He got he got all four members of Black Sabbath back together, and they basically put on like a day long festival with an insane lineup of like hardcore death metal, heavy metal acts, um, leading up to Ozzy solo performance, with some of his solo hits, and then like the final thing was the Black Sabbath performance, an absolute who's who of metal. I mean, it was like
Go
uh,
through some of them. I saw
okay, so you had
a
so you had
big handful of these
Anthrax,
performances.
Alice in Chains, Tool, Slayer, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Pantera, um, plus a bunch of other stuff. You had two different sets of like all stars. It was Tom Morello's All Stars. Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine was like
Is
the producer of
Yes,
the
he
entire
got the,
show.
the bands together.
Right. So the All Stars included Nuno Betancourt, Sammy Hagar, Steven Tyler, Billy Corgan, Vernon Reed, Ronnie Wood, and other people. I mean, just like absolute who's who. Jack Black had a thing. Some people came in and did like pre-recorded things that they played, but most of it was like live bands out there
Wasn't
playing.
Durst thing recorded or something?
I think Durst was, Jack Black's was, but it was just cool. I gotta tell you, like once this thing is available for like full
Oh, I can't
consumption
wait. Yeah, we
where you
should do
can
a whole
buy like the
segment.
entire thing,
Yes.
I will buy it. I will watch the entire thing. I want to see every single minute of this event. um it's just incredible. I mean, they had, okay, so there was a drum off with Travis Barker, Chad Smith, and of course Danny Carey, who we
Yes.
have discussed at length on this podcast. A drum off between those three guys. I mean, like, what's a better representation? Like Barker, Smith, Carey. Come on, incredible. Um, the it Early on in the show, like in the middle of the afternoon, a bright sun beating down in this stadium or whatever over in Birmingham, England or whatever. Uh, who comes out on stage and then jumps out into the audience to get the pit started? But Jason Momoa,
Yeah.
Mister
Jason
like Big
Momoa.
Hair himself, boom, like jumps out and like gets the pit started and like is
He's in
on
a
like
band.
Donkey Kong. So badass. Um, there's an incredible Randy Rhodes tribute. Tom Morello gets in there, like gives this whole like tribute to Randy Rhodes, um, and then like,
Zach Wilde's all over everything.
oh my God, Zach Wild is like, he's like a cartoon character at this point. He's just like a Cro-Magnon man. Like he's just a heavy metal guy. He may as well be a Viking. Like he's insane, and he's the perfect replacement for Dimebag. They got Pantera
Yeah,
out
yeah,
there
yeah.
doing Walk.
So,
Dun, 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 dun,
oh yeah, so
dun,
he's playing with Pantera. He did a couple other songs too because he played with Ozzy. I mean, he was the replacement for Randy Rhoads for many many years.
yeah, incredible.
Yeah. Um, you you have written here, but you did not mention Hailstorm was there, which is one that I'm into. Lizzie Hale's the only woman in the whole show.
No, there was like four women in the show.
Are you sure? I didn't
Yeah,
see
no, I
anybody
read the
else.
Wikipedia of the show, and it said that like they did receive criticism for not having much female representation in there, but they mentioned four women that were part of it. But she was definitely the biggest one.
Absolutely. The I loved Guns N' Roses. I loved Metallica. Um, One you don't have on here, who I thought did maybe my favorite performance of the whole show, Youngblood. All
I
right.
don't know anything about Youngblood.
Okay,
What's up with
Youngblood
Youngblood?
is like he is a British, avant-garde rocker. All right, like he is heavy metal for the the
2025
yeah 2025 whatever you want to call it.
for
People like that.
July of 2025.
Um, it's a little it's a lot of sing-songy heavy metal and kind of glam rock and a little bit of kind of rap and just
Oh, I'll
a,
check it out. I'll
it's an,
check it out for sure.
I follow him on Instagram and I really enjoy what I see. But he's very interesting. He's a super cool dude. Like anytime I ever see this guy talking, I really really like him. He's super friends with the Osbournes, but he did Changes, okay, and I absolutely recommend that you go and check out his performance of Changes. It is just it will hit you right in your soul, dude. Like he's
Yeah,
got
I'm gonna
that
check it out.
he's got a great look. Like he is so fun to watch and he's a great on stage presence. And yeah, man, he's Ozzy Osbourne, reborn in my opinion, man. That dude's really super cool. Um I'm trying to think which other performances. Oh, another thing about this that I did see. I saw some isolated like audio of Ozzy singing, and I was like quite impressed with even where he's at right now, like how well he was still able to kind of track along, with his cadence and his, tone and intonation, especially considering what he's going through. So, man, like You
I'm
know,
glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that because like I was watching that and I felt the same thing. I was like Ozzy is dialed in. Like he is with this performance.
hmm
He he is yeah, he's got to like kind of do his best to keep up and everything. There was a lot of like him just like letting the crowd sing the song, which is great because when you're Ozzy Osbourne, you can hold the mic up and
yes,
know that 90% of the people in the crowd are going to know every goddamn word of those songs. You know what I'm saying? You've earned that. You've earned the right to stick that microphone up there and let the crowd sing the song
yes.
because your shit is ubiquitous at this point. But um I was watching that though and I was just like at the same time it's like so sad to see him like so old and everything. So I was like I got to go back and I got to watch. I love the
Vintage.
fact I love the fact that they decided of all things at this moment in July of 2025 on July 5th of 2025 that they decided we're going to open with War Pigs. There's no better song for them to have opened with. Fucking War Pigs, man. Generals gathered in their masses. You know what I'm saying? Like yes. And so I was like, I gotta find the earliest version of War Pigs I can find on YouTube. And it's like 1970, the year it came out. I find this incredible video. I mean, it's like in a club, man. It's not an arena. It's in a club. The camera person is like right in front of the stage. Tony Iommi is already wearing the iconic cross, like that silver cross that he is wearing right there in 2025 on the final performance. He's
55
already
years
got it.
later.
He's already got it. It's already right there. And like just hearing Ozzy's voice and everything, man, go on YouTube and search that out. War Pigs 1970 from Paris, France. Incredible. Incredible, man. And it's just like,
Yeah,
ah,
there was definitely something bittersweet to it. Like when because I really wasn't aware of it until like it had happened, and like I started like catching up with it,
mhm, mhm.
and I was like, at first I was like, oh man, this is kind of sad, and then it's like, oh okay, they were raising money for Parkinson's. They, you know, it was not only was it a tribute, but it was a charity event as well. You know,
No, but it was also a retirement. Let's not forget that.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
like like more aging rock stars should take a page from this guy's playbook and be like, you know what? I'm gonna go out on my terms. This is gonna be it, and now I'm done. And I like that he did that
Oh yeah, I
while
mean,
while he, while he still could.
yeah, going out with your
You
boots
know,
on, man. It was good for it's you know, like I said, my opinion of it evolved over the 10 hours, the first 10 hours that I was aware of it. Like it was initially like, oh, that's kind of like oh, it's kind of sad he's in this chair, and but then like the more I figured it out and the more I like understood, I was like, oh, okay, you know what, this is actually pretty fucking badass.
absolutely, absolutely. The one thing we'll finish on this. There was an incredible performance. I know this guy's been canceled a little bit, but Steven Tyler walked this way. Nuno Betancourt, Tom Morello, Chad Smith on drums, Rudy Sarzo from like Quiet Riot and Whitesnake on bass.
That's crazy.
I was like, Rudy Sarzo? Hell yeah. And I'm the whole time I'm watching this, I'm like watching Rudy Sarzo. What is he like? And like, it's so funny. I can remember watching Quiet Riot videos, watching Whitesnake videos. I'm talking about like 40 years ago, 35, 40 years ago. And that guy's body language, it's the same body language. It's the same dude. It's so just the way he moves his legs and his body. It's like, it's fascinating how dialed
It
in.
doesn't change.
Yeah, it's wild. And you got while they're playing this, so they did Walk This Way, and then they did A Whole Lot of Love. Sitting on the side of the stage, Sharon Osbourne is sitting there cross-legged on the side of the stage. She's got her grandchildren around her. There's like a couple of people sitting there on stage. They got babies in their laps with like not these
Yeah, the
with
big like
with
airplane things.
sound
Yeah.
with sound canceling things on their babies' heads as they're watching this show. Just like the generations, you're seeing the generations. You're seeing Steven Tyler up there, and I gotta be honest, Steven Tyler doesn't seem like he's lost a step.
No, dude,
Like
I've seen him perform pretty recently. Like the
he was
dude's
he was
pretty good.
slaying it. He was slaying it. You got Nuno up there, Tom Morello, and they get into the Whole Lot of Love. absolutely incredible. Whole lot of love, incredible when they're waiting and the whole band turns to Chad Smith. Oh, it's something else, man.
The one thing that I really wanted that I didn't get was when I heard that both David Draymond and Lizzie Hale were there. I was like, oh man, wouldn't it be so cool if they did If You Close Your Eyes Forever, the Lita Ford tune.
Yeah,
Oh
they didn't do that song. I
man,
saw that.
oh what a missed opportunity. I love that song.
Yeah. Why did they do that?
Those
That's a
two,
good point.
those two would be so
Because
killer on that
I think
song.
they did like "Mama, I'm Coming Home." They did "No More Tears." Like
But yeah.
that's the one Ozzy song. "Close My Eyes Forever."
Oh,
Yeah,
dude. But like, if you could get David Draymond from Disturbed, all right, who has that really, really great, like, like tone voice,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
Lizzie Hill, who's got the like best
She's incredible.
rock pipes of any female out there right now, like doing those songs, because she's got the chops to do the like sing songy stuff and the like
Yeah.
high screamy stuff.
Oh,
So, you know,
she's at least as good as Lita Ford.
oh yeah, exactly. But like, but here's the thing though. She can play fucking guitar too. So she could do the fucking Lita Ford stuff.
Yeah.
Just like to me, wasted opportunity. But, if this somehow ever gets into the lexicon, Lizzie, get David and do that song. It'll be
Yeah,
a
that'd be cool.
smash.
They should re-release that. All right, well, check it out. I did a little googling around or whatever. I don't know that it's available to see the entire thing, but at some point there will be a
There
box
definitely
set
will be,
release
I'm
of this
sure.
entire concert, and I will somehow acquire that because I want to see every minute of every performance from this show. It was super cool, and that's like right in my wheelhouse.
Yep.
Um, let's finish this out with just a real quick mention. It's basically been forgotten this year. Tour de France Unchained. Have you watched a single episode
I've
of
watched
the
a few
final season?
episodes. No,
Oh,
no,
you
no, I
have.
have. Yeah, no.
It's so good. It's
It's
so good.
tremendously well done.
Here's the thing. I don't think it's going to convince non-cycling fans to watch cycling.
No,
I think that
it
ship has
is
sailed.
it is totally just for cycling fans.
Yeah, it's fan service, and that's fine. They've canceled it. It was
Whatever.
great while
Yeah.
it lasted. It's great. I watched the very first episode, and they do it well.
Yep.
They've got their lane, and
They know
they
how to
set
tell
up
the
these
stories.
yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. One episode in,
Orla's all over it.
I had tears rolling down my
Yeah.
eyes not once but twice.
Yeah.
First, I had tears rolling down my eyes when Roman Bardet won stage one and took the yellow jersey, and I had tears rolling down my eyes in stage two when Kevin Vauquelin won.
Um,
And there's so much more good shit to come because we got Biniam to come, we've got Cavendish to come.
that's the crazy part is so for me, the reason I haven't watched it is because the Tour de France is going on. Like that show really needs to come out like a couple weeks ahead of time.
A couple of weeks. They should have put that out like in February.
Yeah, something like that.
That's when that should have came out.
Yeah.
They blew that.
Yeah, it's too close to the tour. Like look,
Yeah.
that show is not going to get anybody to watch the tour. So putting it in front of the tour makes no sense. Putting it around the tour makes no sense. Put it when there's nothing cycling going on, and you'll get all the cycling fans in the world to watch it.
Yeah.
Now, I would still like to talk about it I'd like to do it as a segment because I think it's worthwhile to break the whole thing down. I just have had so much to watch and being on vacation. I just like, it's
Yeah, we'll do it later on.
yeah. And plus for me, it's like, I almost feel like it would be better. I'll enjoy it more after I know what happens this year. Like, if I don't end up watching it or, in its completion till after the tour, like that won't, plus like, I feel like that might be a nice palate cleanser for the tour too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's just fun to watch. Like it's fun to remember things that you forgot about.
Absolutely.
It's also fun. What's really fun is to watch Netflix like chop this thing up and rearrange it to like put way more drama into it than there necessarily is because like if you watch this thing, and I've already heard other pundits talking about this, not a lot, because there hasn't been a whole lot of talk about this thing, honestly, in the cycling press. But what talk I've heard, like they're really leaning into positioning Pogacar as like the villain in this thing,
Yeah.
which is funny because like Tadej Pogacar is not a villain. He's the goat, man. Like he's a nice guy
Yeah.
that's really good at riding his bike,
And
and he's not being a dick to anybody.
he makes the right move at all turns, dude. He's never
Like,
a dick.
but
The guy is
it's
never
Netflix.
an asshole. Well, look,
So,
you need a villain. You need somebody to direct some of the heat
that's
out.
what I'm saying. It's more of an interesting commentary on Netflix than it is on pro cycling or on the Tour de France. You know what I'm saying?
I'll agree
It's a
with you.
much more interesting commentary on Netflix and what they need and the lengths that they need to go to create interesting programming on these shows. I'm sad to see it go. It couldn't last forever, but hopefully Flanders Classics will keep putting out their videos
Yeah.
because I know you haven't watched it yet. But
No, I've
you've got
watched.
to.
I watched the one that we talked about.
You did?
Yeah, yeah, with how it cuts between all the people, like in the bar and all that shit.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
the
it's
oh, you
cool.
watch it? Oh,
Yeah.
it's so good. We haven't even talked about
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
You
yeah.
liked it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man, it was.
I only made it
so
through like
great.
50% of that first one, so I'm still gonna go back and watch it. But yeah, I definitely watched it. I think that week I turned it on.
Just like all the Rob Hatch stuff and just everything about it. Like it was so cool. But that's the thing. That's the Netflix. I was thinking about that as I was watching the Netflix thing. I watched the first episode this afternoon. I was laying on my back's been killing me. I was laying on my back and just like taking a little time out. And I I watched the first episode and I'm like, yeah, this is cool. Like it literally starts out with a swan year from Arkea. Like the first episode of this whole big thing starts out with one of these swan years from Arkea, who's also like a team boss, but he's like out
Yeah.
there on the road passing out bottles. Like we were talking about Roman Bardet or whatever. These guys out there passing out bottles. It's like it's part of the game, man, and it's
All
so
hand,
cool.
especially for these smaller teams. It's all hands on deck, dude.
Yeah, yeah. And it's so cool to think about that in terms of like the sport of cycling. It's just so goddamn unique. All these big team sports and stuff. Like
Yeah.
there's the guy on the team that brings the water bottles out to the court,
Yeah,
like
the
at the
wa-
NBA
dude,
game. Like
that guy can create controversy. Did you see the thing where one of UAE's Swan Years pulled back from who was the guy that got the polka dots? Was it Wellens?
yeah, Wellens.
Wellens got the polka dots. Well, he went to go grab a bottle and the guy pulled it away from him
Right.
because he didn't recognize he was in the fucking polka dots.
Right. He didn't realize it was. This
That's what I'm
guy.
saying. Like that guy can have an effect on the fucking race.
Yes, and I think that's a great point because like you watch these guys, like the guys driving the car. I would imagine that the guys who are driving the cars, the DSs who are the ones that are specifically the driver of the car, those have got to be guys who have just finished cycling.
Mhm.
Like Luke Rowe is probably a driver right now. He's not the guy in the passenger seat. Luke Rowe is the guy in the driver's seat because you got to be fit. You have got to you got to have a strong body to be the guy that's getting that car because that is a whole skill set that is playing into the overall success of the team in the race.
Yeah.
Is that guy, that is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Like the GM of a pro basketball team, of an NBL basketball team, he does not need to be fit. Like he's, you know what I'm saying? But the DS that's driving the car,
He's
for
part
a pro
coach,
cycling
part
team,
race car driver,
yeah,
part
it's crazy.
medic.
It's wild.
He's looking out for their nutrition. He's their doctor. He's their
Right.
he's their psychologist. He's he's doing
He's gotta
all.
be talking to the guy.
Yeah.
It's so
They got
true.
those walkies and they're like, "Come on,
Oh,
man!
my
Come
God.
on, man!"
What a sport, man.
Yeah.
What a sport. And to think
And
that
nobody knows about it.
they're riding along and they're not watching. They don't have the TV up in their car, man. They're like hearing stuff. Like they're still going
Oh, I
on
think
what they're
I
feeling.
think a lot of them on the guy and the other things got something in his lap. I bet that they have footage. I feel like I hear them talking about
I
that.
was thinking the same thing, but then I'm watching Tour de France Unchained today from just last year, and I'm like, they don't know what's going on. They're not watching anything. You don't see them watching. They're
Yeah,
like,
maybe not.
if they were watching something, they'd be looking down and watching it, but they're not. They're just like, you just see them looking up constantly, trying to imagine what's going on.
Yeah, maybe it's just being fed to them through the team radio.
I don't know.
By the way, I do love the team radio in the Tour de France, but I like. Do you think they're adding in that like the little?
Oh, 100% they're adding that in.
It's like
I've noticed that they do that.
I don't need the little Motorola two-way.
Yeah, I don't
sound.
know if it's a podcast or something else that I listen to, but they do that in something else. No, they definitely add that in. And sometimes it's like, yeah, okay, John, so let's go now. Let's go. Like it's so inconsequential and adds absolutely nothing. But sometimes it does.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good that they cut away to that. All right. Well, I'm sure we've spilled way over time, but this has been a fun conversation. It's been a long time since we got together and got to talk this stuff. So I've enjoyed it immensely.
Yes, sir.
You had a thing in here on Dexter Resurrection returning to Showtime.
We can bag on that.
Well, it's funny, but it is funny you mentioned it because I just saw the ad for it yesterday, and it was like, it said to my wife, because that's a show that me and my wife
so you've watched this
years and years ago. We watched like maybe the first like 3 or 4 seasons, and I'm like, ooh, little Dexter with some. There's some A-listers in that thing, wasn't there?
Oh yeah, and like this is the definitely a getting the band packed together type of situation. Because they've got like a bunch of people who have like come back to be like flashbacks for him. Dokes is back. Surprise, motherfucker! He's back. The dad's back.
What about Deb?
Deb has not showed up, but John.
No, not Deb. John. Neither of those guys. I'm talking about the white dude that was Deb's boyfriend. He talked like this. Deb. Okay, Deb. You remember the white guy? He was like the hot white guy that was like.
Oh no, yeah, no, he has not come back.
I love that guy. He would always say Deb.
And then the dad came back. Angel came back.
Yeah, Angel. That guy's great.
And John Lithgow reprises his role in a flashback.
Oh, nice.
So what's interesting about it is this is the second iteration of him coming back. So they did this already once.
So the original show ended with him being like a lumberjack in Alaska. What happened after that?
They pick back up. So there's a whole nother like season of that show where I think that's called like Dexter Born Again or I don't know, some shit like that. Whatever.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it with my wife. His kid is in it. Is grown and
his son in the show.
Yeah,
his son in real life.
His son Harrison from the show.
Oh, right.
Like there was a kid in the first part.
Do I need to watch that before I watch the new thing?
So I'll tell you flat out, if you watch the new thing, they will do a great job just recapping it right in the beginning. Perfect. But it's worth it. It's good. It's like it's a very different story. But they end that thing and you're like, when I realized this show is coming on, I'm like, how the fuck, like the last you see of him, he's shot in the fucking woods, like he's got a gaping bullet wound in his chest, and you're just like, how the fuck are they gonna bring this guy back, right? And they explain it all in the first episode, like it's all real quick. Yeah, okay. It's all real quick in the first episode, but they like. You totally buy it, like everything they say. You're like, yeah, okay, yeah, I buy it.
Right,
yeah.
I'm gonna watch that motherfucker.
Yeah,
I'm watching it. It might take me. It might be November before I watch it, but I'm fucking.
I would recommend go back and watch the other show too, because it's just one season. It's just like watching 2 seasons of a show.
All right.
So
that sounds good. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. This has been an insanely long episode. We're working with a new platform here, so it's growing pains, but we're hoping that we got some much better sound quality this time around. What the heck? This is episode 35. We're on a roll here, man. The 1 year mark is in sight. We're kicking ass, and we are looking forward to doing it again next time. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again soon.
Ale.
The Team Bus is part of the Beyond the Slipstream family and is produced by Harperama. Find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Please like, subscribe, leave a review, and tell your friends about us. Thanks for listening. Talk to you next time. Ale!